Hello and welcome to a new tutorial series I'm going to be doing in My Summer Car. Today we're going to start by assembling the engine and gearbox. So you'll first want to start off by selecting a 9mm spanner, wrench, whatever. We'll be generalising from spanner from this point on. To put the crankshaft at the bottom of the engine block here. Find the bearings here and place them around where the crankshaft is. One will go here, this one goes here, and the other goes here. I believe it starts from the front with bearing 3, or okay, at the front. Bearing 1 should be back here. You'll now want to select a 7mm spanner and grab any piston. They are ordered, so you cannot put them in the wrong cylinder. Piston 1 will go here, by the very front. Piston 2 will follow along here. Piston 3 will follow along here, and I'm pretty sure you'll get the pattern from here on. Select the 7mm spanner and tighten all the first 2 bolts per piston. You want to tighten up all of them all the way, otherwise you'll have a major engine failure. Same goes for the bearings. Now I want to grab the head gasket, followed by the cylinder head. I don't normally put this on until later, but I will be doing for the purpose of this video. Same spanner size. I do it in a cross pattern because reasons. Doesn't really matter. That will be the man you can deliver firewood to. Or if you're particularly unlucky, lightning. Now you want to grab an 8mm spanner. Grab the rocker shaft, which houses the valves and springs. Tighten down all 5 bolts, screws. I'm not quite sure what they'd be. Now I want to grab this oil filter, put it there, tighten. Goes right up the front here. Grab the camshaft, put it in here. 5mm bolt. Spanner. Grab the gear, which is associated with the camshaft. Find a 10mm spanner. Grab the timing chain. Put it on here. Then find timing cover and put it on here. 7mm spanner, I think. Nope, a 6mm. There should be 5, 6 bolts here, I'm not quite sure. I think 6. Put the water pump on here. Grab a 7mm screwdriver, spanner, and tighten all bolts here. There might be one behind here you miss. I've done that once. There should be 5 bolts on the water pump housing. Grab the crankshaft pulley, put it on the end of a crank there, and find an 11mm spanner. Don't worry if it phases through the floor like that. Now grab the alternator, put it here. 7mm at the top and a 10mm at the bottom. Do not tighten the screw at the top yet, unless you want to keep it from being adjusted. I will do that for the purpose of this video. Grab a 7mm spanner, find the water pump pulley, put it on the water pump here. Tighten all 4 of these screws down. Then find the engine plate, put it on there. Find the flywheel. Put it on over top of there, the engine plate. Do not put it on after the flywheel, as it won't let you basically, and you won't be able to bolt the starter motor in. Which you can do now, but well, actually you can, but it will make accessibility a lot easier if you put the starter motor in now, which is here. And should use 2 7mm bolts. Screws. I'm not quite sure at this point. Technically it should bolt into the gearbox, but you can put it in now, as I've said before, for accessibility. There it is. Now you can put the oil pan, or sump as I like to call it, on. Ideally put the engine upside down. There should be, I believe, 8 7mm bolts on the bottom, holding it in. If you have any trouble, ask me in the comments section. As I was saying, tighten down 8 7mm bolts. One might be under the starter motor. Yeah, I might have done that in a slightly wrong order. That's the engine mount. There will also be a large 13mm bolt here, which keeps the oil in. Not technically essential for operation, but is greatly advised. Flip the engine over now if you want, and put the rocker cover on, but I'd put the gearbox on. 6mm screwdriver spanner, I've forgotten at this point. Combine all those together, put that there, and okay, put the gearbox on now, and do those bolts up. There's a 10mm here, and 6 7mm bolts. Right. Now grab a spark plug wrench spanner thing. Grab a spark plug, preferably number 1, put it, I believe, up front. Spark plug number 1 closest to the front of the crankshaft. Sometimes if you miss and let go, they do glitch out and not go in. You might need to reload your save to fix that. Not as in delete it and start again, just save then reload the game. Grab an 8mm wrench, spanner, whatever. Grab either the carburetor or exhaust manifold, or headers. Grab the carburetor and do up all 4 bolts, holding that on. Now grab the air filter, which should be here. Put it on backwards because you're me. 6mm spanner. Tighten up these 2 bolts here. The same applies for the racing variants and yeah, the racing variants. I was going to say something else, but I realised that isn't actually a thing. Grab a distributor, grab a 6mm spanner, put it in there. Apply the oil filter. Find the fuel pump. Put it here. 7mm spanner. 2 bolts either side. Grab the rocker cover, which is here. Put it on the engine there. 7mm spanner again. 6 7mm bolts. Now that's the engine complete. Now you're gonna have to wait for my next video on the suspension and drivetrain. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the next video if you need it. It will be out sometime this week, I'm not sure.